Hey everybody, it's Jamie from the Marine Doctors YouTube channel. And today we'll be looking at a 115 Johnson that's running rough and is low on power. Let's go take a look. So there we have it. Someone's written some compression numbers on here, 110, 110, 110, 115. So obviously someone's been in here doing some work. Looks like it's got a new starter in it. Reeks of dead gas. So we're going to do what we always do first, is we're going to pull the spark plugs out, do a compression test of my own. I'm not going to trust those numbers. I don't know when they were done. And then spark test at the same time. New spark plugs. He's random on the new spark plugs, which is fantastic. We'll have a look. All right, there they are. So we've got 1, 2, 3 that look like they're firing in some form or some fashion, and that one looks like it's just there for a ride. So we could potentially have an ignition problem, which is just sending fuel directly through that cylinder, not igniting it, and sending it out the engine, which would represent that nice clean plug that we see. All right, so 115 on the top. They say 110, so we're in and around the same ballpark. We have 130 on this one. All right, so I know that you guys want to watch this, but I need to see it. So I'm seeing spark on one cylinder. I'm hoping that's what you guys have seen as well. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to swap these leads out, just to make sure that I don't have a lead issue. Spin it over again. All right, so I have ignition, which you guys already know, on the top cylinder, but nothing on the bottom. But one other thing that worries me a little bit is the fact that I had over 125, 130 pounds of pressure on the bottom, but the top one, I'm going to redo it. When I see numbers like 110 and 115 on these engines, I'm concerned. So we're 115. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and loosen these, and then I'm going to spin them out with my DeWalt drill. So I'm going to take these bolts out of here and drop them in. And you may ask, why do I use a, oh, check this out. That's that cylinder we said that wasn't firing, right? Broken wire leading to that coil. Somebody's hit the hood on it a few times and knocked it loose. All right, so that's all of those. I'll let you guys have a look firsthand as soon as I pop that open. All right, all the bolts are out. I went ahead and disconnected some wires while the video wasn't running. This is the sending unit for heat, and this is the coil wires that I disconnected. If you look down inside there, we have another issue where one set of pins is pushed down, so it may or may not be making contact with the little boot that gets inserted inside. All right, so I have not looked inside. We're going to be seeing this firsthand each. So what do we got in there? Let's go ahead and we'll spin this flywheel up. And we're going to be looking for damage around the outside of the piston, for one. If we don't see anything on the outside of the piston, we unfortunately do. So I'm just going to take my glove off here. If you look in this top corner here, we can see that there is a broken piece of piston. So what we're going to do is we'll spin that piston down and we'll take a look inside that cylinder and see what we see. All right. So we've got the piston moved down right now and we're looking for the damage inside. And if we look where that little chip was out of the top of the piston, we can see that we're scored where that piston's been moving up and down. So what I'm going to have to do now is get a hold of the customer and let them know that we've got mechanical damage as well as that spark problem that we were, well, hoping that's all it was going to be. But unfortunately not. So I'd like to always make sure that I do a compression test along with a spark test to make sure that I'm not spending money for the fella that doesn't necessarily need to be spent. All right, there we have it. So we've got a 115 that had idling problems as well as top speed. And we were hoping it was just going to be an electronics problem, but unfortunately it's not. We had 115 pounds compression on one cylinder and 135 on the others, which led me to believe that there was going to be mechanical damage, and indeed there was. So next step for me is to get on the phone, talk to the customer, and let them know the details.